Hey guys, Diving Ninja 02 in the man room. I've been watching some people's YouTube videos on what they've been collecting and getting from good deals on with Goodwill and flea markets and stuff. And so I thought I would follow suit and do my very first haul video. I guess first thing here is a little group of games that's found in Houston at a Goodwill there, and then also this Atari Lynx in the back with Batman Returns, Pit Fighter, Basketball, and Checkered Flag were all of friends that he had given me and just at my parents' house. But all these other games were a couple bucks, and this Turbo Touch 360 was actually for the... I thought it was originally for the Nintendo, but this is, I guess, the Super Nintendo version, based on the connector. But these are all pretty cool finds. I guess the Jeopardy was a break-even at the $2 or $3, and then F-Zero and Joe and Mac were actually in the positive. And actually, my dad paid for all that, so it was a plus all the way around. And then for the Marvel Legends fans, even though this wasn't a super good deal, I ended up buying the Fearsome Foes set off eBay, and so that'll be pretty fun to get out of the package and start posing up here again. And then also recently the family went to Ohio on vacation, and I ended up finding a loose toad complete. The only problem with him was on the bottom that got stuck in his foot from on top of the stump there. And then we also managed to hit up a video game store called Pop. It was actually a pop culture store, I guess, and this was all the stuff we found there. The guy is actually a member on Nintendo Age, and he does reproductions of video games, but originally I wasn't going to buy anything, but he, after I met him and knew he was on Nintendo Age, he makes these, or he's pretty talented and can make copies of reproductions of games and stuff, and he ended up making a Stadium Events box, but so that you know it's like a reproduction, he has this foil tint to it, which is pretty cool, and he ended up just saying, hey, you can have this, and he gave it to me. So I was like, man, now I gotta buy something here. So I started looking through his store, and he ended up having some cool stuff that you know, I already have a Max controller, but he had one with the instructions in the box, and so I ended up buying that from him. Probably paid a little more than I should have. Same with the Zapper. I didn't have the Zapper box, but now I have one. And then later I ended up getting the NES Advantage box. So it's cool to have all these original boxes, kind of make it like a museum that can go over here with the other original boxes that I've collected for the systems and stuff, and I'll probably just stack them up more. But one of the cool things, since he is a maker of reproductions, is he ended up making Zelda Outlands again, and he even seals it and everything, but I'm going to go ahead and bust it open so you guys can see what it looked like when I got it, or when I saw it. But this box artwork is all done by him. He put it together. He's Time Walk Games, I guess is his. He even made his little seal, Time Walk Games. Anyway, so open this up here. You can see the Zelda, original Zelda kind of layout. Game that's probably much harder. Anyway, you open it up here, and it's kind of like the Stadium Events box. It's got a kind of a foil finish on the Zelda sticker, and he used a paint to go over the actual cartridge itself. Pretty nice finish. And then of course Time Walk Games on the back. So cartridge looks pretty good. It's the first time I'm seeing it out of the box. Guess the only little defect right here is just a little part of the paint that came off. But that will be fun to put in and play. And then he also ended up making the maps for it, which is pretty cool, so you don't get lost. You can obviously tell it's like a reproduction mat because of the cardboard that it still smells fresh too, the ink. And then he also made some instructions for it, which is pretty cool. And yeah, this is obviously a lower quality paper, but still very cool to have an instruction manual and map for the Zelda Outlands reproduction. So very cool. And the box, of course, with his own artwork. After that trip, ended up going with the wife to a flea market, and came across a stand that had a Nintendo 64 and some games. Ended up, the guy was like, $40 and you can take all this home. And you know, I was thinking about it and I was like, you know, no, that's probably not a good deal. You know, you can get a system for $25 on Craigslist. And you know, the allure to the Nintendo 64 for me was because mine over here is missing, because it's on loan to my wife's cousins, who actually I don't have any promise of getting it back. So I ended up saying, no, it's probably not worth it. And he originally he just wanted like 30 for the system and a bunch for the games, and he said, hey, tell you what, throw it all together for 35. And I was like, I don't know, that's, you know, I'm not sure. I asked my wife, and she kind of played hardball with me too, and he ended up saying, okay, how about 30? And I was like, maybe. And I was saying, you got me debating, and I ended up walking away from it, knowing that I'd probably come back. And since we were in Ohio, I told him, oh, I'd have to ship it. So when I ended up coming back, I said, how about 25, because I have to ship it home, which I didn't end up shipping. I actually stuffed it all in my backpack when we got on the plane. And so he gave all this to me for $25, so pretty sweet find. All these games, I thought I had some of them, but I'd just seen them before. Not really collecting the Nintendo 64 as hard as the regular Nintendo, but a good find nonetheless. And then as I was walking down, I ended up also finding out that another guy down the road also had another Nintendo 64, but no controllers or anything. And since I already had one in the bag, I kind of just wanted to see how low I could go and get them. And ended up, he wanted 15 for it. I said, oh no. He said, well, how about 10? I was like, yeah, no, does it work? I'm not sure. And he's like, I promise it works. How about 5? And I was like, okay, I'll take it for $5. So I got a system for $5, and I did plug it in and check it out, and it actually did work. So that ended up being a sweet deal. And then my last find was actually today at a Goodwill. I walked in just thinking, hey, I got some time, I might as well just check some stuff out. You know, found the normal controllers for $5 and stuff like that I didn't want to pick up. But anyway, back in the toy section, I ended up going back there and looking, and I ended up pulling out this bag. They usually have, I guess, the systems and things in bags, but they're usually not in the toy section. And sure enough, I ended up finding a Sega Dreamcast here, all in this bag. For, you can check out this price tag, it's $11.99 for this whole Dreamcast with 2 controllers and all the hookups as well, which was pretty cool in itself. And actually, one of these controllers, I'm not too familiar with the Dreamcast, but it looks like it has, I don't know if this is a infrared type thing in the remote already, but anyway, it came with that too. And I was thinking, man, that's just too good of a deal to not to get. So I ended up picking it up for $12, which was pretty cool. But then I was thinking to myself, oh no, I don't even have any games for Sega Dreamcast. But and I had done this before with the Nintendo. I actually, in the system itself, in the bag, you can see it actually came with the game. It's Star Wars Racer in there, so at least I have a game. But yeah, pretty cool deal, I guess, for $12, and it's a pretty good haul. So Until next time.